The writing tool I'm going to be showing you now is one that you probably are aware of. I know you've at least probably heard of it, but you may not be using it or you may not be utilizing it because you probably don't know how powerful and how useful it is. So let's take a look at it. So what I want to show you is actually for word processing, and it's just Google Docs. So like I said, you've probably heard of this, but if you'll open up Google Docs, I'm going to show you a few tips for using it and making the most out of it. So just a few things if you're not that familiar with Google Docs. Google Docs was within the suite of Google Drive. So Google Drive you can kind of think of as Dropbox or like your cloud system. And Google Docs is the word processing software within inside Google Drive. So you can store your Google Docs in the Google Drive. Well, we're inside a Google Doc now, and this is actually a landing page that I wrote for the 3-Step Writing System. It's another course that I have on Udemy. And so here is all of my copy for this, but let me show you some of the really cool things you can do with Google Docs. So you have your normal stuff you would have like in Microsoft Word or another system, but first, one of the really great things about Google Docs is that it constantly saves whatever you're working on. It automatically saves. So if I change this from secret to secret, it's actually saving automatically. And another great thing is it tracks your every move, your every change. So you can actually go up here to File, go to Version History, see Version History, and this is where you can look at every edit that's been made. So it shows here that I just made a couple edits. You saw that I just did that. But you can look at the entire version history. So anything you've deleted, anything you've changed, you can see every draft, every edit. And you can actually name these. So I just named this one first draft. You get the timestamp there. So the second draft, a few edits were made. And you can go back and see how you change things. This is really helpful. If you're a copywriter working with a client, this will be invaluable. You'll be able to go back, look at the changes you made, see what you need to track down, and share that with your client. So I should show you another thing. You have the version history, but you can also make comments on things. So maybe you want to make comments for yourself. And so right here, I could just say, this is the subhead. Reviews. But one of the really cool things is you could actually tag people by their email. So say you're working with a client, you could tag them in this and actually communicate with them. They would get an email notification about this comment. But maybe you don't want to tag them in it. You don't have to. You could just leave them comments and let them know why you wrote something the way you wrote it. This is great for anything you're doing for like marketing copy, where they want to know the strategy behind what you're doing, want to know why you wrote what you wrote. This is a great way to allow them to do that. Another thing is if you're working on something and you're needing to make some kind of like suggested edits but not actually edit it, you can actually even do that. So this will actually change it, but this can suggest it. So I could say secrets for better writing and becoming a better blogger. And it won't actually save that. It'll give the option, but they can approve it or disapprove it. They can accept the suggestion or reject the suggestion. So, like I said, there's a ton of things that you can use Google Docs for that you may not have realized. And so hopefully by seeing this, you can start taking advantage of it and save some time and write more efficiently by using Google Docs.